everyone. My name is Vahe Baghdasaryan. I work with the different apps, and I'm going to now present some revenue optimization strategies, continuing what Ariel was talking. But my slides are not as beautiful as him, but yeah, it's good. I got 12 slides, 900 seconds, and I'm going to also leave a few minutes for answers and questions, and if you have any. So a few words about me. I was recently at CoinStats, just left, and I was a senior growth marketing manager there in charge of lifecycle marketing and monetization. My main field of work includes CRM and a monetization strategy. I'm also doing app growth consulting, working with different apps, usually with more than like 1 million in ARR. I'm also an app founder, building my own apps, trying to grow them. So I kind of have also first-hand experience, like how to do it with your own stuff. So this is going to be a very small, like a case study of like 5 short optimization strategies and tactics that you can use to optimize your revenue. And in general, the subscription packaging, the subscription strategy and the pricing strategy, it has like 4 key pillars. It includes the term optimization, which is like, are you charging your customers in a monthly basis or an annual basis? And a placement optimization, when are you gonna show your paywall? And we have the paywall optimization, which is the elements that your paywall is consisted of. Like there's like the charts, the content, et cetera. And the last one, that's one of the most important ones, is the price optimization. Like how much are you going to charge? So the case studies I'm gonna show you now is kind of based on these 4 key pillars here. So let's move with the first one, which is called transaction abandonment. So the transaction abandonment, it happens when somebody sees your paywall, clicks on start free trial button or a buy button, whatever, and then and they see this Apple's confirmation dialog, but they cancel, and they abandon their transaction. In general, you can see only around like 20% of transactions are getting completed after seeing this confirmation dialog. That means like you are losing in general like 80% of users who click on start free trial button or the buy button, and then they cancel and they don't make the purchase. What you can do here is like offer limited time discounts or other like promotional offers to these users. If you're using for any, I don't know, like remote config tools, or you have a like product analytics tool, you can create an event called like transaction abandonment and configure your paywalls to show a discounted offer or some other kind of promotional offer to those users who didn't continue with the subscription. The very important thing here is these users are usually high intended. They kind of show the interest with your subscription, but they somehow, for some reason, they didn't proceed with it. And it's good to add them some little incentive and incentivize them further. You can use a lot of personalized empathetic messaging, or try to make the text or messages as much as personalized as possible. This is an example of how I did it from one of the apps that I work with, and the results were pretty good for us. We offer like a 33% discount for users who who abandon their transaction during the next session. And the other strategy is about combining your subscriptions with in-app purchases. As Ariel mentioned, actually, there are like a lot of apps that don't use subscriptions, but the ones that you use, they don't combine it with in-app purchases or consumable products. The thing is, when you're gonna have a lot of users who are not going to pay for your subscription. So the question is here, like how we can monetize these users. In our case, we're getting a lot of users who are coming from LATAM countries or some other kind of countries, and they're like, there is a subscription culture is not very developed, or people don't want to pay for a subscription. And the question is, okay, how we can monetize these users? And the answer is like, let's come up with an in-app purchases consumable, then we can show these users and maybe they are interesting to purchase. And the example of this app, this social media planner app for social media managers or the Instagrammers, influencers, when they add their images or some other kind of visual content and plan their feeds. And the premium offering, it includes a lot of like unlimited number of images that you can import and plan your feeds. So we started to sell for users who don't for the users who don't buy the subscription. We started to sell them in-app purchases consumable, which includes a certain amount of visual content that you can upload and use. So we end up getting a lot of purchases from the countries where our subscriptions are not very strong. The other strategy is the win-back offers. You can hear a lot of people say, don't go after churned customers or churned subscribers because it's better to put your resources and your efforts to acquire new subscribers. But in case of this canceled, in case of subscriptions, I saw a very different picture. Because when you go after the users who canceled their subscription or their trials, they showed you two very important things, right? The first one, they are willing to pay. They did it once. And the second one is they have a intent. For trial users, they showed an intent, but for some reason they canceled their subscription or the trial. So it's better to go after these users with the promotional offers to get them to resubscribe again. One other very important metric is here to track is to see when users cancel their subscription or trial, what is the retention rate? Usually I see when somebody is a premium subscriber and then they churn, it means they cancel their subscription, they still are very active in your app and they have a higher retention rate. And also check for what impact this strategy is gonna have to your long-term ARPU. And these are some slides from the company that we implemented this. This you can see when we implemented the win-back offer and how it impacted to the weekly revenue and also the number of weekly subscribers. Basically, we got a lot of these churn subscribers to come back. And another very underused strategy is the lifecycle marketing. Lifecycle marketing, it's almost the same as the CRM when you send a lot of communication to your users based on at what stage they are with your product. You can create a lot of sequences, which includes different marketing channels like push notifications, email, in-app messages. And it's very important to set up the lifecycle marketing journeys for the entire subscription journey. It means for the users who start a free trial, for users who start a subscription, for users who cancel, for users who see a paywall, et cetera, et cetera. When you map all possible touch points, your lifecycle marketing strategy is going to be much more effective. Yeah, and another, besides this a main user journey touch point, it's also important to kind of map the paywall touch point. And here also comes the transaction abandonment stuff or the paywall decline stuff. When you track all these points in your CRM and try to create campaigns to retarget these users or send them a nudging communication or the promotional communication. You can be more aggressive for users who show more interest in your premium offerings. It means when somebody is opening your paywalls for a few times per week or something, and they click around but don't make the purchase, you can be more aggressive with your communication for these users. You can send them more push notifications, more emails, and try to either nudge them, do value-based. It's better to start with a value-based nurturing campaigns and try to get them to subscribe for the free trial or buy the full price. But if it's not working, you can go with other kind of promotional offers, which can include discounts or second free trials or all other stuff. This is a screenshots from CoinStats that were how in general our lifecycle program, the beginning of it worked. We use Iterable for this, and after certain event is performed, the campaign triggers and send them a value-based communication, and then when users throughout the time when they start to get the communication they don't subscribe, we start to send them promotional offers. Yeah, and the other one is I called it expansive packages, but the entire idea of this is to do your LTV optimization. The thing is you have a lot of users who most probably are willing to pay you more than it's your current subscription price. For example, if you're charging $39.99 per year, and you have a very strong users, power users who are using most of your premium features, there could be a cohort of users who are interested to pay you more than is your current actual price point now. And this is a new packaging subscription package that we introduced for CoinStats. It's called DGAN. It's very expensive. It costs and $755 per year and $90 per month. And how we did it, and we end up selling this, but how it process worked, like we conducted research to understand how our most active subscribers are using our product. And just for the information, CoinStats is a financial tool, and a lot of people are managing their investments. So we end up seeing a lot of users who are managing a lot of, like, in millions of their portfolios. And we start to talk to these people and see, like, what else they want that we don't have at this moment. We end up getting a few insights and developing some features, and incorporated it in like new subscription packaging, which called DGen, and started to upsell it to this cohort of users. And we end up seeing like a 4% increase in monthly recurring revenue from these users. So yeah, the takeaway from here is, like, you probably have a lot of users who are interested to pay you more, but they don't have an option. And it's better to find a way to introduce this the option for them. And there's a bonus strategy. It's like a question, like, do you know what percentage of your transactions are failing? Most of the apps, they don't know. And a transaction fails, it means when somebody clicks on Start Free Trial, they confirm the confirmation dialog, but some error happens and the transaction fails. Most of the apps, they see like hundreds of these things happening in every day, and there is no post-fail communication to users, and they're just losing them. I mean, the users, they clearly showed an intent to buy a subscription, but due to many reasons, it could be internet, it could be many, many things, that the transaction failed. So it's better to retarget these users either with a paywalls or just a pop-up messages saying, your transaction failed, and retry again to gain the access. You can send them. We started to send these users also a message from the customer support saying, from our actual customer support agent saying there is like your transaction has been failed. Do you want to how we can help you to subscribe again or make the transaction again? So go look for this number. This is a very underused strategy here. And yeah, thank you. This is my LinkedIn. You can scan if connect me there. And yeah, if you have questions, I'm happy to answer now. And come with me after the talk. Thank you.